Good morning. Welcome, everyone. Glad to have you with me, with us, all of us, on our Tuesday class. I'm going to just slide my chair back a little bit, and I'm going to center here in the chair because I can get just as comfortable, even actually a little bit more comfortable, I think, when I'm sitting in the chair and just noticing my feet on the floor and my bottom in the chair seat and my back against the back of the chair. Yeah, soft focus or close your eyes. And you can gently kind of move here just to kind of settle down into the chair or into the mat. And then start from the top of the head all the way down to the toes and the fingertips, just letting it go, let everything release. And breathe. Unclench the jaw, unfurl the brow. Just let the shoulders drop. Notice the sensations. Notice what you feel this morning. Think about how good it is to be alive, even in these tough times. Good, and open the eyes. Lift up tall, and I'm going to go ahead and do the breathing exercises in the chair as well. But you can be wherever you want to be. Bring the shoulders over the hips, and I'm back in the chair. My bottom is back against the back of the chair, and I'm up tall with my shoulders back. And now I'm breathing into the belly. So just feel the belly expand as you inhale and exhale into the lower part of the lungs. And you could even put your hand down there to feel it. And now on your next inhale, now take it from the belly to the middle chest into the upper chest, breathing deeply. And exhaling through the mouth or through the nose, your choice. Just rolling that inhale from the belly up to the upper chest. And make that breath so deep that you can actually feel the outer ribs expand outward and back. One more very deep breath. Good. All right. Open the eyes. I'm going to move the chair out of the way and come back to the mat. Find my block. And if you've got blocks or books or something, keep them handy, or a strap. You may use them. We may not. You may use them and I may not. But that's what they're there for. If it works for you, however it works for you, make it your practice. Remember, There's no pain. You can rest whenever you want. You don't have to do any of it, but you do have to breathe. So inhale here. And as you exhale, let the gaze drift over to the right, over the right shoulder, and let the chin drop down toward the shoulder. Releasing the shoulders here, just breathe. And inhaling, coming up into center, take the gaze to the left and the chin drops. Staying tall. And bring the head up into center. Exhaling, let the chin just drop down toward the chest without closing the throat. So the head is up and out of the shoulders as the chin drops here. Shoulders draw back. And you might feel a little stretch in the back of the neck. Inhale the head up, and now draw the shoulders back and down. Take the gaze up to the ceiling. Big inhale, and as you exhale, coming back up. And now let the right ear drop over toward the right shoulder, keeping the gaze straight ahead. Again, let the shoulders soften. And you can extend the left arm if you choose, fingers down toward the floor. And the head comes up, and now take the left ear toward the left shoulder, and if you want, you can extend the right arm. And bring the head up. Good, all right. Gentle movements of the head here. Just trying to release the knots and crinks and things in the neck. Let the chin drop down toward the chest, and then take the chin over toward the right shoulder. And then bring it to center and chin to the left. And center, chin to the right. And center into the left. And with the chin in the center, bring the head up. And being careful here, you can actually do circles with the head. Just be real slow and easy here, so we don't catch. So we don't end up with a catch in the neck, and we end up going, ouch. And you're breathing while you're doing this, right? I hear everyone saying yes. And inhale and bring the head up. So just bring the hands out to the side with the fingertips down on the floor. I will give you a little clue here that when we bring the arms up, when the arms are wide, often we can get a catch in one shoulder or the other. And sometimes it can be painful. So as we inhale with the arms wide, if that doesn't work for you, then do yours out in front. And try that. As we do this arm lift, do it both ways and see which way feels better for you. It's all about you and what you feel, right? So fingertips out to the side, or reaching over the knees or toward the front of the mat. Inhale here and bring the arms up. And now again, you can either come down to the side or you can bring the hands down in front. Either way you want to do it. Inhale, bring the hands up, turn the gaze, lift the gaze gently up toward the hands. The hands come together if it works, if it doesn't hurt your shoulders, and then exhale and come down. And I'm going to go out front this time. Inhaling, I'm going to reach my fingers forward and lift up. And exhaling, I'm reaching forward now, and the hands come down. So if it's uncomfortable to do that big, wide, open stretch, lifting up, and that bothers your shoulder, I have a little bit of an issue in my left shoulder. It's not enough to stop me from doing that, but I have to be mindful of that little catch that I have in my left shoulder. Bring the hands out in front, palms down toward the floor, and then point the fingers up toward the ceiling and press out through the palms or the heels of the hands. Good. Feel the strength in the arms as you press forward. Keeping the shoulders back, straight, long spine. Bring the palms back down toward the floor and either into fists or bird beak with the fingers and thumbs together, and then turn those fingers or knuckles down toward the floor. And then open the arms wide, reaching forward, staying tall. And now bring the hands wide, palms facing toward the front. And as you inhale, take the hands and arms back, gaze up to the ceiling. As you exhale, bring the hands to the knees and just release here, rounding back, chin toward the chest. And as you come back up, bring the arms wide, again, being mindful of the shoulders, trying to take the gaze up to the ceiling, point the fingers behind, and as you exhale, bring the hands to the knees, chin toward the chest. And one more time, coming wide and arms back, gaze up, exhaling round. And coming back up to that upright seat, bring the shoulders back and down. Good, again, moving. So now my neck feels a little better than it did when I first started. I hope yours does. So from our upright seat, bring that right arm straight out in front. Spread the fingers, reach forward, and on an inhale, let the hand move gently up toward the ceiling, reaching up toward the sky. Feel the strength in the arm. And now move that hand back, reaching up and back, and still following it with the eyes. Relax the neck. Hard to do. You're looking way back up there. And then bring the hand back up. And slide the left hand out and arc over to the left. And the hand back to the ceiling, reaching, and exhale the right hand down, noticing sensations, tingling, whatever it might be in the right arm and in the right shoulder. And extend the left hand straight out in front, lift up tall. Inhaling, bring the hand up to the ceiling. Palm faces to the right as you reach. Take a breath, soften here, or the arm is strong, but the face and the neck are relaxed as you can be as you're looking up. And then turn the palm to the front, draw that arm back. And you don't need to look at the hand, you can just look toward the ceiling. And now bring the hand back up, turn the palm in, slide the right hand out, arc to the right. And the hand back to the ceiling, reach, and release. Wow, okay. Bring the left hand to the outside of the right leg. Take the right hand behind. Now soften through the shoulders, lifting up tall, and spiral into a twist to your right. Exhaling as you twist, and then inhale, come to the front, and bring the right hand across and twist to the left. And inhaling back to the front. One more twist, now to the right. You can extend the right arm, looking back toward the right hand. And inhale to the front. And now that twist to the left, looking toward the left hand. And inhale back to the front. Bring the hands out in front, interlock the fingers, press the palms forward, elbows squeeze in toward the center. Keep the shoulders back, and as you inhale, lift the hands up to the ceiling. And now exhale and bring the arms parallel to the floor, chin to the chest. Inhaling, draw the shoulders back, hands lift. Exhaling. Ujjayi breath. It's very calming. Inhale, the shoulders back, hands lift. And exhale one last time. And turn the palms around and wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. My left wrist is getting better. It took a long time. I was twisting a connector and I managed to strain my left wrist. So I've been nursing it, but it's getting better all along. As I said, I don't hurt myself in yoga. I hurt myself doing other things around the house. And it's not very often that I hurt myself. So come over onto all fours. Mindful, being mindful as you do your chores and your tasks around the house is huge, because if you're mindful, you're less likely to hurt yourself. So in our table with fingertips gripping the mat, inhale and take the gaze straight ahead, press the belly toward the mat. As you exhale, let the top of the head drop toward the mat and bring the hips back toward the heels. Elbows come down behind the wrists, and now moving forward, you lift back up, taking the gaze ahead. As you exhale, top of the head drops, hips move back. And these might be a little wide here for the belly. Bring the elbows down, coming forward and up. And exhaling, rounding up, and moving back. Two more. Inhaling, coming forward and up. And exhaling, rounding, moving back. One more, last time, coming forward and up. Exhaling, hips move back. And coming back up into table. And the heels of the hands are under the shoulders. Knees come back under the hips. Wag your tail. Feel the palms of the hands on the mat. With the gaze straight down, inhale here, and as you exhale, now take the gaze past the right shoulder. Let the hips and ribs move left. Bringing the weight to the left knee. Inhale, come to the front. Exhaling, take the gaze left, moving everything else right. Inhale, coming to center. Exhale, gaze to the right. And back to center, and exhale, gaze to the left. And coming back to center. Barrel rolls, take the whole body out to the right, bend the elbows, bend the knees, and elbows come down to the mat. Take the body over to the left and lift back up. And now move to the right and down, and to the left and up. Exhaling as you lower. Inhaling as you lift. One more big circle. And then take everything to the left and down and to the right and up. A lot of motion, a lot of movement here in the spine. Good, one more circle. And coming back up into table. Good, extend the right leg, toes on the mat. Pressing back through the right heel, letting the hips relax. Bring the foot hip height, extend the left arm into awkward pose. And if you choose, you can keep those fingertips on the floor or on the mat. Gaze is straight down, reaching, spread fingers, toes pointing straight down, breathe. And bring the left hand down to the mat. Keep the right leg lifted. Take the right knee to the right elbow. And then move it back. And then bring that right knee across to the left elbow. And move it back. Flexing that foot. And then up the middle, dip the head toward the knee, but don't close the throat. And inhale back. Breathe. One more breath. And bring the right knee down. Now just move gently, or if you choose, you can bring the hips back onto a block or your heels in a resting pose. And extend the left leg, toes on the mat. Pressing back, hips are relaxed. Feel that along the back of the left leg, from the calf up through the quadriceps. Yep. Up through the hamstrings, but I'm not feeling too much in the hamstrings. But the quads, the muscles on the front of the leg are active. That leg is strong. And now lift that foot hip height, extend the right arm. One more deep breath. Exhaling, bring the right hand down. And now bring the left knee to the left elbow and kick it back. Move it across to the right elbow and kick it back. And then bring it up the center, dipping the head and kick it back. Good. One more deep breath. Let the heart soften. And exhale, bring the left knee down. And now bring the hips back toward the heels. You can cross the arms or rest your head on the mat or the block and breathe. And walk the hands up toward the top of the mat. And we'll start with the elbows down. So see if you can line up the fingers, the palms of the hands, the elbows, and the shoulders. So it feels like your elbows are in toward the center of the mat, and they are. So you've got a straight line, fingertips back to the shoulders. And then just let the head go between the arms. And remember, it's about sensation, not pain. So now claw those fingers or walk those fingers all the way up toward the top of the mat. Hips are back toward the heels or under your block. The elbows are now lifted and the arms are strong with the hands pressing down into the mat, gripping the mat with the fingertips, and now let the head go between the arms. And lifting the head, walk the hands off the mat to the right, bring the left hand onto the right, draw the left hip back, and let the head move toward the right knee. And the hands to center, take the hands to the left, bring the right hand onto the left, and draw the right hip back. And release the head. And now bring the hands back to center, still reaching toward the top of the mat. On your next inhale, lift the head, come up with straight arms, come into your knee plank. And if the butt's lifted a little bit, that's okay. But you're trying to let those hips dip down so you're straight, spine is long, and top of the head down to the knees. And if you choose, you can curl the toes here into full plank. Now the line is from the top of the head to the heels. The heart is soft between the arms, but the arms are strong. Breathe. And if the knees are lifted, bring the knees down, open them a little wide, and bring the hips back toward the heels. We'll do a little flow here. So inhaling, come up with straight arms into knee plank. You can come to full plank, bend the arms halfway, press back up, and exhaling the hips back toward the heels. Inhaling, coming up and forward into your plank, knee plank or full plank, bend the arms halfway, press back up, and exhale back. And one more time, coming forward. Full plank or knee plank, bend the elbows halfway, press back up, exhale back. And bring the arms in, cross the arms, resting pose. And come back up into your table. And we'll move through some warrior poses, but we got to get there first. So curl the toes, lift the hips, downward dog. Working those heels. Pressing the heart toward the back of the mat. And the knees are bent, of course. And then step the feet toward the top of the mat and come into half lift. Now the belly presses toward the toes, getting long through the spine. Exhale, forward fold, knees bent,
Let the top of the head move down toward the mat. Yeah, feel the belly on the thighs as you breathe. Again, heels one at a time, pressing each into the mat. And then bend the knees and gently round up.
Coming up into mountain pose, take the arms wide or out in front, lifting, and exhale into mountain. Good, all right. So this is the routine that Holly Edmondson and I did at Great Smoky Mountains National Park yesterday for a video that we were making. We did all standing poses. We didn't use a mat. So we had our shoes on and we were, in our sweatshirt and because it was a little cool. And this is what we did. So pressing the feet down into the mat. Inhale, take the hands to the sides or out in front and up. And exhale, dive into a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. And get long through the spine. Take the arms wide, press into the mat, coming up. And exhale, mountain pose. Half sun salutation. Inhale the arms up. Exhaling into the forward fold.
Half sun salutations are great warm-up exercises.
Inhale, half lift. Exhale, back to the fold. And then getting long, pressing into the ground, coming up. And exhale, mountain pose. Then we move to the spinal flow. Inhale the arms up. And now bring the right arm down, arc to your right. Inhale up. And exhale the left hand down, arcing left. And inhale up. Exhale the arms parallel to the earth, palms up, twisting right. Inhaling up. And exhaling that twist to the left. Gaze drifts back toward the extended left arm. Inhaling up. Exhaling the hands down in prayer through the heart. Hinge at the hips. Coming into that forward fold.
Let the head release toward the knees.
And then really bend the knees. Bring the hands out in front. Press coming up. Exhaling the hands back on the ceiling. Inhaling up. Exhale, mountain pose. Yeah, okay. Step back with the right foot. 2 lanes for the feet. Coming into warrior one. So bend the front knee. See the inside of the foot. As you keep that left knee wide to the left. Then feel the right hip move back gently or slightly as you press down through the outside edge of the back foot. Coming into warrior one as the arms lift. Breathe. Now take the arms wide and hinge, coming forward into airplane. So bring the belly down onto that left thigh. The gaze is straight down. Arms are lifted and strong as you're reaching wide. And let the hands come down toward the floor, reaching out in front, lifting back, warrior one. Strong through the back leg. Weight is balanced on both feet. And bring the hands in prayer to the heart. Come up on the back toes and just step to the top of the mat. Release. Move gently. And now step back with the left foot. Again, 2 lanes for the feet. Bend the front knee. And keep that front ankle or heel of the foot ahead of the knee or under the knee. Strong through the back leg as you lift into warrior one. Bring the arms wide, hinge into airplane. And bring the hands down toward the floor, lifting back to warrior one. And bring the hands in prayer to the heart. Up on the back toes, stepping forward. Warrior two, step back with the right foot. And now we line the heels up. Right heel behind the left. Turn everything, turn the shoulders to the side. Bend that front knee. Notice this back hip, this right hip shifts a little bit forward. It's not really cranked back, so it's a little bit forward as you press down through the outside edge of the back foot. Still seeing the inside of the front foot. Bring the arms up, warrior two. Again, the weight is balanced on both feet. And bring the back hand down to the thigh. You can wrap it around the back if you choose. Left hand turns up, lifting toward the ceiling, staying low in the warrior. And coming back to the warrior two. Bring the left elbow down to the bent knee, taking the right hand to the ceiling, and then extending that arm past the face, extended side angle. Coming back up to warrior two. Straighten that front leg. With a little bend in the front knee, hinge at the hips into triangle. Roll the bottom ribs under. Press the bottom ribs toward the front thigh and lift with the right arm. And coming back up. Bring the hands to the hips. Come on to the back toes and step to the top of the mat. Stepping back with the left foot. Again, to line up the heels or the instep of the back foot. Either way. Bend the front knee. Strong through the back leg, warrior two. And bring the back hand down. Exalted warrior as the right hand lifts. Palm faces the back of the mat. Coming back to warrior two. Bring the right elbow down to the bent knee. Left hand lifts and then drops past the face, extended side angle. Don't forget to breathe. Coming back to warrior two. Straighten the front leg, hinge at the hips, coming down to triangle. Really rolling those bottom ribs under. Coming back up. Bring the hands to the hips, up on the back toes, and step to the top of the mat. Ah, good, yes. So we finished up yesterday with twists, standing twists, and we'll do that, then we'll move on to some other things. Bring the left hand to the right hip. Take the right hand, turn the palm in, and place it on the sacrum. Lift up tall, and then starting with the knees, and then the hips turn, and the shoulders turn, gazing over the right shoulder toward the back of the mat. Inhaling, come to the front. Bring the right hand across to the left hip. Left hand, palm in, exhaling left. And inhale back to the front. So, ragdoll feels pretty good. Step back with the right foot. Not very far. So this time we're going to keep the hips square to the top of the mat. Bring the hands behind. Squeeze the fingers together or squeeze the hands together. Reverse prayer if that's okay for you. And now exhale and fold over the front leg. Lifting the hands to the ceiling as the head releases toward the mat. And long spine, inhale up. And now press, keeping the shoulders back, press the hands toward the floor, gazing up. And inhale up. Bring the arms wide. We're moving to standing airplane as we come onto the left foot. Lifting the right foot, strong through the lifted leg, coming forward as far as you'd like. You can keep those back toes on the mat if you choose. And then bring the right foot down beside the left. Release, step back now with the left foot. Everything toward the front. Interlock the fingers. Straighten the arms, exhale and fold. Lifting the hands to the sky and letting the head release. And inhale up. Taking the gaze toward the ceiling as you press the hands toward the floor. And inhale up. And take the arms wide, moving weight forward into the right foot. Come into standing airplane. And bring the left foot down, exhale down. Good, all right. So let's step wide on the mat. Press the heels out, hands to the hips. I always enjoy wide-legged forward folds, opening those hips. So we'll take the elbows toward the back and exhale into a wide-legged fold. Again, strong through the legs. You feel the legs are active and there's a little bend in the knees, moving to sensation in the backs of the legs or the insides of those legs. And again, the top of the head releases down toward the mat. And walk the hands over toward the right foot. You can take the bind here if you choose. And the hands to center and over to the left foot. And bring the hands to center. And now bend the right knee and just let the hips drop over toward the right foot. Get long through the spine so you press the belly down toward the floor. And coming back up, take the hips over to the left, bend the left knee up on fingertips here. You can have your fingers on a block. And then coming back up, release into the forward fold. Looking back between the wide legs. And then walk the hands away into wide-legged down dog. Take a couple of breaths here. And you feel the outside edges of the feet on the mat. You feel the heels on the mat. And now walk the hands back under the face. Exhale and release down. Come up onto fingertips. Bring the hands to the hips, elbows to the sky, and with a long spine, inhale and come up. Press the thumbs into the hip bones as you take the gaze up toward the sky. And coming up. Turn those toes closest to the top of the mat, up on the back toes, and step forward. All right, time to get down to the floor to finish up. Inhale and bring the arms up. Exhale into the forward fold. Come to half lift. And now exhale back to plank, knee plank, full plank, whichever. Exhale, bend the elbows down, coming onto your belly. Lift into cobra, pressing the toes into the mat. And bring the knees down, coming up into table. And bring the feet around to the front. Our Navasana, both feet on the mat. If you choose, you can lift both feet in balance. You can come into full boat. You can have bent knees. You can have one leg extended, the other knee bent. And just breathe here for 3 long, deep breaths. And bring the feet down. Come into cobbler pose with the bottoms of the feet together. And you work those feet toward the hips. And slide the feet out a little bit. Come to butterfly or diamond. Elbows ahead of the knees. And breathe. And inhaling, come on back up. Bring the hands behind the knees and gently come down onto your back. Good, all right. So the left leg can be either extended or you can have that left foot on the floor with the knee bent. Bring the right knee into the chest. Circle the toes. Go the other way. And point the toes and flex that foot and point and flex and point and flex. And take that right knee up and out toward the back of the mat, toward the right shoulder. So you're drawing it up there with the right hand. And for this next exercise, you're going to need to straighten the left leg. But bring the left hand across to the outside of that right knee and then roll onto the left hip. Extend the right arm, shoulder blades stay on the floor. Turn the gaze to the right. And then gently draw that right knee toward the left shoulder. I get my sensation is in the piriformis muscle right here in the gluteus maximus area. And bring the right knee back up. bring the right foot down, extend the right leg, or keep the right knee bent and bring the left knee into the chest. Circle the toes. Go the other way. Point and flex, and point and flex. And now with the left hand, take that left knee toward the left shoulder. A little wider, drawing it in toward the shoulder. And then release there, bring the right hand to the outside and come on to the right hip. Extending the left arm, gaze drifts over to the left as you gently release the hips and draw that right knee, left knee toward the right shoulder. And coming back up, bring both knees into the, or both feet into the hips. We'll do figure 4 for a couple of breaths. So left ankle on right knee, reaching through for figure 4. Flex the left foot. And move the knee and the foot a little to the right. And now we get a little more sensation in the piriformis muscle. And bring the foot down, release. Now bring the right ankle on top of the knee. Reaching through for figure 4. And move everything a little to the left. And bring the left foot down, release. We'll do some bridges here. Inhale with the feet flat on the floor, into the hips. Press with the feet, lift the hips as you inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And one more, gentle bridge. Exhaling down. Legs are straight, arms behind. Big, long, deep stretch as you inhale, reaching through the fingers, press through the heels. And exhale into Savasana. Just let the breath come and go. Gently open the eyes, begin with little movements. larger movements. And when you're ready, you can gently come back up or stay right where you are. So thank you for practicing with me, and namaste.